Hello and welcome to My Bolt EUV. I am Jim and we're going from point A to point B. Are you new to EV ownership? I have the top 11 things every new EV owner should know. And chances are if you didn't buy a Tesla, you simply went to the dealership and bought your first new EV thinking, well, it's just another car. While that is true in the simplest form of the statement, there is a learning curve for new EV owners. And chances are you were not offered anything more than the basics when you were at the dealership. You were not shown how to charge the car. You were not shown the complex menu that is in the infotainment system. But let's forget about all that. Let's go through the top 11 things. I've divided those 11 items into 3 separate categories. Charging, we'll talk about that first. Not only do salespeople fail to show you how to charge, but they also fail to explain the etiquette that's expected at public charging stations. And accessories. They probably tried to sell you the $300 to $400 floor mats, and you can get much better deals than that offline, and I'll put links to 2 of my favorites in this video. And learning about your car. Again, salespeople focus on the next sale. That's all they focus on. And as soon as you sign those papers, you become the purview of the service department, and they don't have time for you. So charging, I want to talk about that real quick. Talk about this little thing right here. Tesla on this end, J1772 on this end. You plug your car into a Tesla destination charger. Destination chargers only because those are AC. The DC conversion that's coming with the NACS system next year have not made their way to dealerships like Ford and Chevy. And there are some third-party ones out there, but I would advise you to wait until Tesla approves what they're going to allow to be used on their network. And those 11 things I believe will help every new EV owner out there. So sit back, relax, and take a few notes. And at the end of this video, I hope you have a little bit better understanding of all the things that are associated with EV ownership. Let's get started, shall we?
If you're an EV owner, you know that we've all been there, and until recently, owning an EV was not easy. It still has some challenges, but nothing compared to the 5 or even 3 years ago. Up until 2018, 2019, even Tesla owners struggled with finding enough chargers while out on the open road. Due to the complexity of EVs, you cannot take your car to a shade tree mechanic anymore either. You need someone who specializes in maintaining EVs, and there are not many of those around. So as I said in the opening, we're going to cover 11 things that all new EV owners should know. We're going to divide those 11 things into 3 major areas. Items 1 through 4 will cover charging and charging etiquette. Items 5 through 8, 4 things that every EV owner should have in their arsenal. And items 9 through 11, the 3 things you should do at the end of this video. So let's get started. Well, the first item we're going to discuss is charger etiquette. And when you're at public charging stations, especially DC fast charge units, you should not charge past 80%. Occasionally, you might need to charge past 80%, but if that's the case, just simply stay with your car. Most EV owners will be understanding, and that's especially true if you have an exceptionally long leg for your next section of your trip, so keep that in mind. Rule number 2 when you're at a DC fast charger: pick the right charger. Pick the charger that is closest to the maximum speed of your vehicle. If your car can only charge at 180 kilowatts, don't plug into a 350 kilowatt charger if there's a 200 or 250 kilowatt charger available. For Chevy Bolt owners, always choose the slowest speed available unless there are no other charges open. Also, if you're at a charger that has both the CCS1 and CHAdeMO charger built into the same charger like a lot of Electrify Americas and EVgo stations do, remember, don't be on that charger past 80% because if a Nissan Leaf shows up, they're going to need that CHAdeMO charger. That's the only charger they can use. But again, this is something that you're going to have to play by ear, especially if there are not a lot of chargers available. Another very simple rule is do not unplug other people's cars. See number 1 to understand that better. It's also very rude to do that. And you might set off their car alarm, and in some localities, it may actually be illegal if you uncharge somebody else's car. If you do have to unplug someone else's car, have the courtesy to stick around and explain it to them when they return. Never make the assumption that your time is more important than somebody else's. One of the things you should never do is block a charger. When the Tesla DC fast charge network is fully open to other EVs starting early next year, this will become extremely important. Most Tesla chargers are designed for the Tesla cars, and they back into the parking space. So it's going to take some time for all EV owners to get used to this. So extreme patience is necessary. Tesla owners, please be acutely aware of this and use these opportunities as teaching moments. If somebody wants to point to a good YouTube video that can explain how to charge at Tesla chargers, just put it in the comments and I'll make sure that it gets added to the description. Now let's talk about things that every EV owner should have. This is important, and every new EV owner should download at least 5 apps for your phone. I recommend PlugShare to help you locate all the chargers that are compatible with your car. I also recommend that you install the Electrify America app, the EVgo app, the ChargePoint app, the Blink app, and in the near future you should also install the Tesla app to that lineup. You should also have some EV charger cards as needed. Electrify America does not have a tap card, but I would recommend that you get a ChargePoint card, an EVgo, and a Blink card, and any other card that is used by chargers that are common in your area. I can tell you from personal experience, I've had ChargePoint systems fail with my app, but having the ChargePoint card gave me access to the network. The same is true for EVgo and Blink most especially. Also, keep a small amount of money on the apps, $10, $15. Why? Because when your account is prepaid, you can often call the support number on the charger and get it activated to use with your account if nothing else works. Also, EVgo offers plug-in charging. With EVgo, you simply plug your car in, it's recognized, and the car starts charging automatically if you've set it up in the app, and if that car is linked to a payment system of some sort. Number 6 is really easy. Get your owner's manual out and read it. If you don't have a physical copy, I'll bet you a cold donut that you can find it online at the manufacturer's website. That is one of the best sources of information you can have. Read your owner's manual. As I mentioned in the opening, adapters. You should already have a J1772 to Tesla adapter or Tesla to J1772 adapter, so you can use any AC network there is out there. In the very near future, you're going to need a CCS1 to NACS adapter to use the superchargers. There are a few superchargers already out there that are equipped with the Tesla Magic Dock, but those are few and far between. Tesla owners also should have a NACS to CCS1 adapter, and most of them already do because they've been out for quite some time. Number 8 may sound corny, but have a tire gauge. Tire pressure is just as, if not more important for an EV than it is an ICE car. Having a way to check the tires in an analog fashion is absolutely necessary. If you're relying on the tire pressure management system, it's sometimes not a very smart thing. What if the sensors in one of your tires fails? Are you just going to look at your tire and assume you have the right amount of pressure? Have a tire gauge. They're cheap and they're easy to use. Here's the first of 3 things you should do right now as soon as you're done with this video. First of all, join an owner's group online or on Facebook. And here's just a few: chevybolt.org, teslamotorclub.com, vwidtalk.com, and ionicforum.com. Those are just a few examples. Helps you quite a bit when you can join up with other users of the same type of vehicle you have. Number 10 is watch YouTube videos. You can find tons of good information on YouTube about your car and EVs in general. You can also find tons of trash and trash talk from some of the ICE community, so be careful out there. But remember, there's plenty of good stuff you can watch. And now for the shameless plug. Subscribe to MyBolty Also, find our webpage, www.myboltyuv.com. And you can find me on X at MyBoltyUV as well. So tune in and connect with MyBoltyUV. I truly need your help. While owning an EV is truly just owning another car, there is a learning curve. And aside from wheels, tires, body, and cabin, there's little else that's in common with an ICE vehicle. I invite you to join MyBoltyUV as we take this EV ownership journey together. As always, subscribe, share, comment, and like, and ring the notification bell to know when I upload new content. I look forward to seeing you soon or somewhere along the route from point A to point B. Take it easy, everybody.